What are the horrors of gloving? I have no clue. I don't even know what that is. But I guess we both will find out. And also, that is a beautiful freeze frame right there. But let's find out what ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba, the horrors of gloving is by Papa Meats. Check out his video down below, and I guess let's find out what this is and what horrors have happened due to it.
Welcome back to the Papa Meat
Welcome,
channel.
welcome.
How you doing? How you doing?
I'm
on,
doing
sit down,
good.
because today we're going to be talking about the dark side of gloving.
What is that?
There are all sorts of niche hobbies out there.
Right.
Some more obscure than the last. I would say our most recent would be sliders.
Oh.
What's weird is that online right
That's
now,
not
it feels like
recent.
there's a lot of stuff going. It used to be, what is it, Thought Daughter, or Gay Son, or Thought Daughter.
Which one am I?
Parameter. Or Slider Son, or what we're going to talk about today, Gloving Daughter.
Which one am
yes,
I?
my friends, gloving. It's fascinating to see all the history and intricacies behind strange communities of passionate people. Now, the gloving scene has died down significantly over
I've
the years,
seen
and because of this, many of
those
you that
before,
don't
I
attend
think.
music festivals or raves could be hearing about this
Right,
for the very
raves.
first time. Well, settle in. So let's delve deep into one of the
I've never been
silliest
to
and
those.
oddly dedicated sports around, gloving. To those that are completely new to
Shiny
this community,
lights.
gloving is a type of dance that was popularized in the late 2000s and became a common attraction at raves. Using special gloves that contain LED lights on their fingertips,
For
people would
free?
learn unique
In
movements
the
used for the
background?
purpose of creating personal light shows for their fellow ravers, aka people that are on Molly. People that are high.
Hell yeah.
Early versions of gloving consisted of
Mushroom.
people swinging around glow sticks or even using white Mickey Mouse gloves illuminated by black lights utilized at most rave events. Usually, viewers of a light show are hopped up on drugs.
How do you
like
not go
MDMA,
blind from
LSD,
that?
or mushrooms, and people who've experienced one while high touted as a trance-like state.
That's gotta be
mind-blowing
amazing, though.
Experience.
Just
Some will even go to the next level
those
by
lights
bringing
all
light diffraction
high as
glasses to
shit.
make things even more intense. And gloving became such a massive sport that it even birthed a string of gloving academies as well as massive competitive tournaments with cash prizes. And in the great year of our Lord 2025, the International Gloving Championship, according to one journalist, was a large venue filled with stoner snacks in which people
Hell
would
yeah.
engage in rap battle as competitions. That's where we're at now. Okay? The DJ would take turns playing a random 90 seconds of an EDM song as the Glover gave a freestyle light show to his competitor. I would say this is more in the style of like even people who hit the vape when they do the smoke rings and stuff like that. It's kind of
Oh,
like
that's
that.
so
I think it's
cool
just a
though.
bunch of pals
I
hanging
hate
around.
vapes, but that's so
Seeing
cool.
who can peacock the most. Who's got the prettiest feathers, boys? After which a panel of
Me.
judges doles out a score based on the performer's musicality, presentation, tricks, and transitions. And you could expect to see performances that range from just intricate hand movements to full-body hip-hop dances. Points can be deducted, however, if you repeat moves or accidentally hit your opponent during the show, which is a no-go.
That should add
You
points.
gotta do like a little like Three Stooges thing.
Oh.
Whatever. For many people, gloving may just be a fun way to pass the time, but for others, it's taken much more seriously.
So what are the
experienced glovers claim
horrors,
that
then?
each gloving light show
just
they
seems
put
super
out
cool.
follows a narrative that the performer is trying to tell the viewer. There's a wide range of people that enjoy gloving. Even people in their late 50s and older are proudly uploading and displaying their light
that's
show
cool.
routines online, which is some of my favorite vertical content is when you just scroll and it's just a person kind of smiling and they do.
Look at this gentleman control fire.
No, I hate that
They're
shit.
gonna spell at me. Stop it.
If you think about it, I mean, 25 years ago, they were in their 20s. So it's just
Well,
like,
yeah, I mean, listen, Glovers
25
don't die.
Grandmothers
Glovers
are
are like
not.
the Goonies. They don't die. But you may be wondering, why does gloving seem like a dying hobby nowadays? It's so
Well-
rare to see someone gloving during events, and there's several reasons for that, which is the dark side of gloving. The people who ruined it for
What is-
everybody.
what is the dark
We're going
side?
on and saying that if you glove, it's not bad that you glove. We're not saying that all
Well,
glovers are bad, but we
it
are
might be
saying
bad.
that there has been a little dark underbelly, as with
Okay.
most fandoms, as with most hobbies, right?
Did someone
Get a fresh start with
copyright it.
PDS Debt. If you have debt and it
Maybe.
seems to keep piling up, it's time to find a fix. Let PDS Debt help you find a personalized solution for you, so you can work on changing your story. Turn the page. PDS Debt has an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau, with thousands of 5-star reviews on Google and a 5-star rating on Trustpilot.
It's a new video, so.
And whether you have credit card debt, personal loans, collections, or medical bills, PDS goes beyond the numbers to understand your situation to give you solutions that work for your specified needs. PDS has helped hundreds of thousands find solutions and get out of debt in fraction of the time.
Check
And the best
out
part is, there's no
the
minimum credit
sponsor.
score requirement. Being in debt and not having any money can be extremely stressful, and I don't want to experience
I would
that
not
ever
know.
again. No way, Jose.
I
If you're in
imagine.
debt and you think you may need help, give PDS Debt a try. Don't wait another month. Change your story in 30 seconds.
Wow.
Get your free personalized assessment and find the best option for you at pdsdebt.com/papameat. That's pdsdebt.com/papameat.
Oh, yeah.
PDS Debt for sponsoring this video, and back to the video.
Oh yeah.
Gloving has gained a bit of a bad reputation because of these
Why?
people, and some people think it's creepy to participate in the gloving hobby. Some people vent on community pages about how they get bullied by their friends for gloving in public.
Jeez.
Which I will say, that's just kind of rude. If you want to glove in public, if I'm at the bus stop and I'm like,
Free show.
I enjoy it. I'm a little show pony. Mama said, Mama bought me
Enjoy
dancing
it.
shoes, but she should have bought me gloves. That kind of thing, you know? But I think that's with anybody. I think if you do your hobby that publicly, out like whatever, your friends are gonna josh you for it. Right?
Yeah.
Your friends are gonna
It's
give
like
you a hard
singing
time.
on
If you're
a
good- if you're one of
subway.
the good ones. Be
Like,
proud.
sing
Keep charging
outside
those
it.
gloves and
Don't-
keep dancing.
Make sure-
According to one
make sure
passionate
people can
fan, he catches
leave.
himself making gloving movements with his hands to himself.
Do
in
it
public
outside
while
the
hanging out
train,
with his
not
friends.
inside.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go on a limb here though. If you don't even have the fucking gloves on, and you're just like, yeah, man. I mean, me and Sarah are still dating, so it's just like,
But that's not.
you know, we're
it's-
just trying to
it's
figure
not
it out.
gloving
and it's actually
then.
been like a really good time. I'd be like, what the fuck are you doing? You're not even wearing the gloves.
It's not
Well,
gloving.
it's just second nature. Sorry.
It's just
It's almost like
fake.
on your phone, hang out with friends, and you're just
ASL.
sitting there gloving in it by yourself.
Imagine you're watching Breaking Bad or Sopranos with your buddies and you're like, oh, dude, I love this episode. And your buddy's just like, dude, I fucking actually, like, no, seriously, I love this one so much too. But could you cut it with the gloving? Sit on your hands if you have to, please. He's like, dude, you can't cage a butterfly, dude. It's like, what the fuck are you even talking about, Marcus? These friends would often crack jokes about it lightheartedly, but would get annoyed when he tried to do light shows around them at clubs. Yeah. So funny. Dude, you mind if I light up?
Always bring my gloves.
At a club. Hey, let's go dance and just like try to pick up some girls or something like that. Or like, you know, or even girls are like, let's go see if we can
The
pick up some
gloves
guys.
stay
You mind if I
on.
glove real quick?
The
No.
gloves stay
No, I
on
really
in bed.
wouldn't. I don't want you to glove at the fucking thing, man.
He's trying to impress the
Can
ladies.
we just get? Well, yeah, exactly. You're not peacocking. This is not peacocking. At a rave, it's a different story. A club and a rave are
Yeah.
vastly different.
What if they're playing EDM at a club?
Well,
It might be appropriate then to.
if everyone's
It
high
might be
enough,
appropriate then to
then
whip out the
yes.
gloves. Because if it's an EDM heavy thing, you're trying to. There's probably some secret glovers in there who are like crossing their arms and stuff because they're just like must refuse the temptation. But the first person who does it, I think all the glovers are going to come out. It's like everyone has their arms tucked, and then all of a sudden they're already wearing the gloves and like they have the light show thing.
I'm surprised. I thought I've seen a lot of videos on YouTube, so I'm surprised it's dying. I thought it was
Yeah.
getting a resurgence.
I
Oh,
saw.
it is.
I've seen a lot.
I can't tell
past.
why, but for some
Mainly
reason
during,
it is
like,
blowing up
COVID, I
in the
think.
subsects. In the same way that I feel like they're on the same level as the sliders right now.
Oh, it's-
Not everyone does sliding content, but I do think that people like negatively look at.
I
they're
haven't
like,
seen
"This is
sliders
cringe,"
since, like,
or that shit. So it just feels like
maybe
these are just
Halloween.
the two ones right now that people are choosing, or
Oh,
whatever.
they're fighting. They're fighting.
The glovers and sliders are fighting. Is it going to be some kind of gang war? Who would win?
The sliders.
Just based off of looks, the sliders.
Yeah.
Very intimidating.
Well, they
They
do
got
have
fire
spooky
powers.
clown makeup and stuff, and they're much more sexy.
They're faster too.
Hell yeah.
That is true. I would say that the
They got
the
fire
sliders are a
power.
more aggressive kung fu stance.
I could
A more,
melt
in
the
the terms
gloves.
of mixed martial arts. The slider stance is much more aggressive, while the glove is much more defensive. You're
Yeah.
standing in place.
Well, trance, very defense. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
right.
That's what I'm saying.
Hypnotize
If
you.
they get too close to the sliders, do they get up off their knees? They're like, no, I want to stay on my knees and slide.
My thing is, I think the glovers would have like some kind of powder, and they'd blow it into the slider's face.
Oh, really? They
Or
probably
they
just.
drop tablets, ecstasy in water. They're like, they throw it in your face.
Or a syringe right in the neck.
Yeah, sliders on his hands and knees, sliding at it. And the Glover's like, he just takes out a syringe from his like hoodie.
Oh.
That's PCP. Am I gonna die? Am I gonna die? Which experienced glovers are under the belief that most people find gloving weird because they're inexperienced and don't know what they're doing. Often just waving their hands frantically, which can turn people off. Which is true, right? There are some
agree.
people. Yeah, I'll give it the benefit of the doubt. The illusion is there.
I've seen some cool ones.
Doing this kind of shit. And you're like, oh.
Not in real life.
Right? But watching somebody just sit on their phone and just be like, it's like some cult stuff. Go to sleep. If they're just doing Naruto hand signs at you, it just seems a bit odd, doesn't it?
They're casting a spell on you.
Exactly. You're going to die in 3 days. Just watched a Glover video and he didn't have his gloves on. Dude, why would you do that? What if that became like instead of like the ring or something? I saw the Glover video and he didn't have his gloves on. Oh God, dude, you're fucked. Others, however, think it's due to the way men at raves will give non-consensual light shows to women who are rolling as a way to lure them in and give them unwanted attention while they're under the influence, aka creeps at festivals that are preying on intoxicated people.
Yes.
Those are bad people.
Yes.
Bad.
Bad.
Once again, dark side. Dark underbelly of the gloving. Those are the bad glovers. While many people try their best to make gloving a sport that's taken seriously, these same type of people have ended up pushing away potential glovers due to how overbearing they can be.
Not a sport.
Glovers have voiced their opinion that competitive glovers can have a sort of god complex that results in aggressively criticizing people for not being able to pull off certain moves almost immediately. It's like, dude, I need time. I have to practice. Also, I'm guessing that if you are gloving and that is where you're at, I think you're putting it all on gloving. The god complex is being like, this is simply
cinema
all I have. That kind of thing.
They're putting all their eggs
I'm a god at gloving.
They're putting all of their gloves in one bag.
Dad,
glove world.
College.
Dad, I'm dropping out of Harvard. Why? Let me show you.
I'm going to gloving you. Glove you.
I'm going to Glove University.
I glove you,
In some
son.
cases, people can't even glove casually at a rave without a retired glover approaching them to give them a lengthy list of tips and tutorials instead of just enjoying the show. Which I love that. I love the retired guy be like, buddy,
you're doing it all
wrist
wrong.
is moving too much. Okay, let me show you something. Give me your gloves.
Here's how you really do
Some
it.
guy's like, just give me your gloves. Let me show you something.
And he one ups you with your own gloves.
Yeah, exactly.
That's disrespectful, isn't it?
Oh, 100%. I would throw the gloves away. Keep them. Be like some guy using your condom or something like that, wouldn't it? Here, to have it back. No, dude, you've used it. You would think participating in such an overly silly-looking hobby would keep you a little bit humble, but somehow elitism exists in even the most niche communities. Where
Every
there is
community
community,
has
there
that.
will be elitism, my friends. It doesn't matter. Try to give me one example where there wouldn't be elitism.
Can't think of one.
I can't even think of it.
There's literally everything. There's always gonna be someone.
Even like collecting stamps.
Oh yeah.
A guy's gonna be like, buddy.
You don't have
so
that one.
You shouldn't start collecting with these.
Those
these are the Harriet
ones.
Tubman reprints. They're not original. Like looking around.
That one's not in mint
Am I wrong?
condition.
You want to start with Sacagawea after the 70s here. There's more to worry about than
It's
asshole glovers,
off-center.
however. Some will give out personal light shows at a distraction so they can pickpocket you during an event. Considering most people at the rave are fucked up on all sorts of drugs and alcohol, this makes it incredibly easy to steal from them. Speaking of drugs, it goes without saying that an in-your-face light show goes hand-in-hand with rolling on MDMA or other psychedelics. This, however, is part of the reason that gloving is dying as an art form. It's an art form. Okay.
Are they saying it's only fun on drugs? Yeah, we don't do drugs anymore.
I mean, it's more like it's more of an art form than a sport. So.
And then right about, I would say right at about 25 to 27, you really feel your mortality start kicking in. At least it was for me. When I was 25,
got a few more years.
It's like when I was younger, used to hop back from hangovers, easy, whatever, all these kind of things. And then it became something where it was like, I feel like I'm going to die. To where then someone's like, we're going out, and you're like, nah, I'm good.
They got a
then,
few
of
more
course,
years
you don't
in
wanna
me
be like,
then.
do I want to do hard psychedelics when I'm in my 30s? I don't think so. I would also be afraid that I've never done any of that stuff. But that's just because I'm afraid that it's going to fuck with my brain.
Yeah, forever change you.
Yeah, or something where it's like, I mean, I don't know if this even happens, but some people where it's like you get high and then you never really come out of it. It fucks with your brain chemicals or chemistry or whatever.
When I took acid, I thought I fried my brain because I stayed up all night and then I couldn't speak. I was just mouthing words at work.
Like, can I get a pepperoni pizza?
I know someone who did basically everything under the sun
Huh?
in their lifetime.
Luckily, I just needed to sleep because the second I got sleep, I was like,
Oh.
I feel refreshed.
Oh, wow, this is awesome. Like, I actually didn't sleep for 78 hours. No wonder you were via. Also, I'll say this too. I haven't done any hard drugs. I've smoked weed.
Same.
That's about as hard.
That's a hard one.
And I got prescribed.
I'm actually pretty sure I can't
but
do
I will say,
edibles
I
because
have not
they don't
met
break
one
down for me.
drug dealer
So-
where I'm like, I trust that. Here, have this baggie and just light it up and take this, ingest this. That fucks me up, dude. Like, especially like acid or something. The big Woodstock thing was, don't take the brown acid. What if it's not brown anymore?
Well,
What if it's, I
if
don't
you
know,
diet?
whatever. It's like, am I gonna get fucked up? I don't know. I dropped it in some cat litter earlier, so it should be fine. You're like,
they have testing kits where, like, if you put it on, if it turns pink, I think it's good. Or if it does turn pink, it's bad. I forget. But
that's that is a delineation.
Purple or pink?
Bit of a coin flip here. I guess I could just
Right.
go for it.
there is,
I
like,
know a
it's
lot of
like a
people who've
synthetic-
overdosed
well,
on fentanyl.
Acid is synthetic, but there's another drug called like N-Biome 25, and that is toxic to humans. So if you take too much,
It'll
you'll
just kill you.
overdose. Yeah.
Or even the shit now where it's like people that take fentanyl once, they die.
Yeah.
On the first time you take it? Huh? What? Why roll that dice? There's no way it can be that good. There's gonna be some guy flopping
Well,
over and he's gonna be like,
Usually, it's not
worth
that they like the fent. It's that people usually just put it in other stuff that they like as a means to kind of cut it and make it cheaper for the producer and make it also more addictive. So that's kind of the thing. Not so much that people like the fent. It's that it's just kind of addictive like cigarettes and alcohol and all.
nah,
other
I'm good.
drugs.
In 2010, during an electric daisy carnival, better known as EDC, a 15-year-old woman named Sasha
That's what
Rodriguez
it's
died
called?
from an MDMA overdose. This not only led to the EDC being banned in Los Angeles, it also put large-scale music festivals through
How do people-
far more scrutiny regarding safety precautions, which is a good thing, right?
Underage
There's no
can
reason a
get in.
15-year-old should be overdosing on drugs at a goddamn music festival.
They shouldn't be
Also, too, it feels
in
like back then as well. I
that
remember when
music
I was younger,
festival.
like there was like, oh, we're gonna
Like,
go to a rave. I
as someone who was, how old was I? I was like younger than 13, and I went to like not that festival, but it was like a event that was mostly for like stoners and that kind of thing. I did not want to be there. I was forced to be there, but like that is not a place for people underage at all. Like, even if like stoners are accepting, that is still no one underage wants to be at one of those fuck ass places. Especially not someone who is forced to be there. That's the story for another time.
I feel like even they were just like, it was literally a poster for just being like, come get fucked up at the show.
Yeah.
It was way more promoting like less about the music. It's like, who gives a fuck who's there? Just come
Get
trip and
high.
dress in like a weird fluffy outfit and dance around and get high. That's
Yeah.
kind of what the big promotion was for it. This led
That's
to
like
many events
most
trying to
music
stray from an
festivals,
image that
isn't
could
it?
potentially promote drug use, opting to brand their events as more of a concert rather than linked to rave culture. The image of groups of drugged out people slack-jawed and gazing at light shows was thought to promote further drug use than actually enjoying a show. Come be a zombie for a while and barely listen to music.
Yeah.
Another safety concern could be the fact that attendees being given a light show would often sit on the floor and zone out in the middle of large crowds, creating a fire hazard and risking people being trampled to death. This could even lead to lawsuits, something events wanted to avoid at all costs.
Yeah, of
This
course.
led to a mass banning of LED gloves throughout many big events.
Oh, they just straight up banned them.
Yeah.
Yeah. The gloving
I think they're
police.
just like, I don't want to fuck with it. Well, yeah, that guy's going to be like, do I want our event to be canceled and everyone whatever. It's like, no, they'll just cut out the gloves,
Yeah,
which I'm
just,
sure at
just
the
get
time
rid of
people
the
were
thing.
livid.
Well, you see, wouldn't you want a Glover on the floor? Because if people start getting tranced, you're like, that guy's on drugs. Get him out of here.
I feel like there's no way you can monitor that. It's such a large scale. It's kind of like when people are like, no smoking pot in here, but always there's people going to be smoking. But you never.
They just gotta say
where they're
no.
like, you get out of here, that kind of thing.
Well, that's why the Glover, he's undercover.
If it's a yeah.
Yeah, he gets you in trance.
Yeah, section
Got one.
section C4. But this doesn't mean gloving would vanish from the rave scene entirely. People started formulating ways to sneak their gloves into big events. A common method of doing so is by wearing stash boxers, allowing you to cram your gloves into your bulge where security will not bother to search. Security ain't gonna try to fill up your balls and your dick and your taint.
Yeah, they will.
Oh yeah, I did. The TSA gets me all the time. Remember, don't forget.
I am not looking forward to TSA.
It can get difficult to sneak in gloves depending on the level of security, especially if metal detectors are involved. Some security guards even took advantage of this by requesting bribes from attendees so they wouldn't take away their gloves, which is
Here's
like
a $1
like a fucking
bill.
80s bounce, whatever.
Let me
40
in.
bucks. I think gloves only cost me $7.30. Oh, jeez. There goes my
100.
Coke and snack at the show. Those who do get caught often give up their gloves to avoid wasting their expensive event tickets. And in many cases, security guards will confiscate them only to resell them that same day to other glovers. The ban is taken incredibly seriously
You
by
can't
security.
get back
Glovers
if you-
who
if
sneak
you
in a light
leave?
show during an event have been screamed at, tackled, and aggressively held down. And one passionate glover named Lily, who was active in the competitive scene, recounted being picked up and choke slammed by a security guard before being told he would have to pay $50 unless he wanted both his gloves and tickets taken away. Lily had
Why?
$15 and tried to give it to the security guard before the guard snatched it out of his hand, took the money out himself, and threw it on the floor. That's excessive.
Why?
It's gloves at the end of the day. I feel like, yeah, if you caught it there, you could be like, no. But I mean, choke slamming someone.
Yeah, that's
what are they doing to people
insane.
who are like pickpocketing? Then, good God,
They're letting them go.
harpoons. Or yeah, they're just like, I don't give a fuck. Glover. That seems a bit excessive, right? Needless to say, it's easy to see why gloving is dying. Many people got sick of practicing only to have various pairs of gloves taken from them before they could show off their skills, which is kind of funny to think about. I'm not going to try anymore. They're just going to take my gloves.
That's
Well,
kind of
now I see
sad.
why people are just doing it out in public. Hey, there's no place for me to glove. There's no safe
I
space.
can't. I have to do it in my home and record on a vertical video, or else I can't take it anywhere. Or they're just going to get taken. Others will opt to perform finger shows during festivals,
Not as
essentially just
cool.
gloving, but without the LED lights. It's
That's
looks like
kinda
magic.
lame.
Also, it's just not as fun. I can see if you're on
Yeah.
a psychedelic drug, I'd be like, stop. It's almost like it would probably feel like someone's like trying to like poke your eye because you're doing this. Like, cut it.
Yeah, that's not.
I'm having a
That's
panic
not
attack.
quite as
Bad
fun.
trip. Of course, people will still enjoy the hobby and practice it casually, but it's safe to say that gloving reached its peak long ago, which is where I think we are now. I still think there's a little bit of that camaraderie, or there's still a lot of, gatekeepiness and stuff. And I think people that are the gatekeepers like to post videos online to show each other, and then you have gatekeepers who comment on other people's stuff. So it's like you're not in person anymore, but I feel like you're still connected via online posts. Hope is not lost, however, for the gloving community, as it's seeing a resurgence on social media over a meme that's been spreading and giving it mainstream coverage. It started out simple enough with people making fun
Fuck
of
girls,
gloving,
fuck
posting
girls, fuck
satirical
everyone
jokes,
else.
pretending to be extremely
Imagine being the
passionate
best
about it
glover.
when they're clearly not. And things got serious when the World Gloving Championship and 2019 Glover of the Year, Kevin Cablet, better known as Infinite Puppet, put out a video claiming he was starting a gloving war against all fake glovers. That's
How are you, fake
Infinite Puppet?
glover?
You have been
If you-
warned. He
if
created
you
the
glove-
legit gloving basic test, the LGBT. A gloving
There's
routine
bacon-
challenge made to weed out all the unserious glovers that were plaguing his beloved community. From there, the gloving meme blew up, and everyone was
Get a
putting on
job.
gloves and going to war, baby. As soon as the war started, the term de-gloving began to float around. This was the act of people giving up their gloves after losing a gloving battle. It's like racing for pink slips in Fast and the Furious, okay? It was
What?
described as a
Never
horrific
watched.
experience where the person's hand would be shredded, mangled, and torn to pieces, since taking off your gloves was like removing a body part. fucking degloving. It's almost like it's like racing for pink slips. It's also like a luchador removing some guy's mask. Except gloving does not compare to those at all in severity. Okay? A lot of the veteran glovers in the community have stated their hatred for this meme. For example, one man took to the internet to say, and I quote, "All of these kids coming in here and making up random TikTok brain rot shit like degloving or whatever, and probably have never been to a festival or an EDM show in their lives. It's not that we take it super seriously. We don't. It's just a fun hobby. But the brain rotted TikTok kids are making up really dumb shit like this is just funny.
How dare they
Just
make fun of my hobby?
Well,
Yeah.
just like that does make me seem like he's a little upset.
Yeah.
He
just a
definitely
little.
takes it very seriously. I don't take it that seriously, okay? Anytime someone posts like, I mean, it's not that big of a deal. I'm not taking it seriously. I just mean like this just isn't funny. It immediately will always read like, I'm taking this very seriously and you're hurting my feelings. It's what it reads like. I don't know if that's even what his intention was, but I'm just saying that's what it reads like. Another glover was upset when they saw that the meme had left most online gloving stores completely sold out of all pairs of gloves. Yeah, exactly. That's kind of funny. Not all pairs of gloves. He's just like, how many gloves are you buying? Where you need to have... Okay, I can't get my...
You need one for
glove.
each hour of the day.
Hold my gloves.
Well, to be fair, if you're burning through, I've been through a glove every 3 days. So I have to order more, okay? And sold out. So what the fuck is going on?
Imagine
Not all
not
such a
buying
negative
ahead of
reaction to
time.
realize that this might be a good opportunity for the community to grow. There are instances where people started doing it ironically because of the meme and are not doing it wholeheartedly. Gloving has now gone full circle and started to blend with other niche communities, including sliders. Not long after this occurred, another feud between glovers and sliders began. Remember the gang war we were talking about? Despite all this discourse on who is superior, people have put their differences aside and begun asking whether you would prefer a sliding son or a gloving daughter. It's so funny how
Which one am
online
I?
discourse evolves. Well, what was once sexual is... Well, let me ask you this. Do you think people... Sliders, I think there's a big part of that community where there are people who are like, you look cool and sexy doing
It looks
this.
hot.
Oh, yeah.
I definitely... Because people do edits and stuff. Does that translate to gloving? Is
No.
there something where people are like, it's just kind of hot?
I mean, if it's
No.
a girl doing it, I bet people are like, man, she's so
No.
hot.
Yeah, but even then, I think the true test is if a guy does it. And the
Oh.
girls... Because guys
It's-
will, I think,
no.
fetishize anything. But it's like more rare, I think, to see girls being like, I think that's sexy.
If there's like
Yeah.
a really buff dude doing it, yeah.
No.
I think
Oh, sure. If
They
they shirtless.
could do
yeah.
anything
No.
sexy.
But you think that if it was just like, not, you know, let's say he is a
Being
conventionally
buff
attractive
doesn't
person,
make
fully
it
clothed,
attractive.
whatever, and he was doing it, I still think people would be like, it's just kind of hot. He's put me in a trance.
No.
You know, that kind of thing. I mean, I'm under his spell. Or, yeah, if a girl...
I've
does it, then, yeah,
seen
guys would be like, oh my God, this is
The
hottest
closest
thing I've ever
I've
been
seen to
roll with."
this is I've seen someone thirst over a man doing yo-yo tricks with like a glowing yo-yo. That is the closest I've seen to this, but like even that seems a little cooler than gloving, because like the tricks he was doing was like kind of suggestive, I think, from my memory. Like that, I could see people liking that. This not, I can't really see people thirsting over it as much.
Her, oh my God, go to like a Deadmau 5 show and roll with her. Oh, my dream come true. Because of this meme, glovers have been called unemployed because 99% of glovers can never turn it into a full-time job. Which, you know what, you can have hobbies that don't turn into jobs. But I think it's just, once again, it's adding insult
Help me
to
make this a
injury.
job.
You're already a part of this thing. People are going to throw other, but just like, you know, low effort insults like unemployed. Also, I think people say that they're unemployed because all the gloving videos I've seen, it's almost always in somebody's room,
Yeah.
which I think is easier to read like they're in their parents' house. Though they might try to undermine them, glovers will do anything to show off their devotion to their craft. One glover showed that he constantly practices by performing certain tricks while washing his hands. Dedication, Nick. You know, that's kind of similar
That's
to
a
when it's
little
just like, I'm
lame.
trying to lose weight, so every time I go take a piss, I do 20 push-ups. I feel like that would be inconvenient to wash your hands like that, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no
not
way
really
you
washing
clean
your
it
hands
that
very
good.
well.
He gets pissed halfway through. Though it might seem like the gloving community is mostly just a meme, it's actually much more diverse than you think. Online, there are tons of VTubers who implement gloving to their character rigs in order to make it a part of their streams. This technology also extends to VR chat, where massive virtual rigs
I've never
are now
used
filled
VR
with
chat.
glovers, including users considered professional VR chat glovers who host their own finger raves, which feels like a direct response to they won't let me do this in my actual rave, so now they have gone online and they get a community that way.
That makes
Gloving has
sense.
found a home in ASMR community, where thousands of people tune in every night to fall asleep to their favorite ASMR glover. What if the ASMR is him doing the music?
Oh, that makes
He does that fucking that Zelda edit, whatever.
What? What's that bad?
Remember that shit was huge?
Yeah.
No.
That's definitely some Glover music right there. If you're wondering what makes gloving ASMR different from regular ASMR stuff, it's usually
Visual?
performed by older men, and the sounds made coincide with the hand movements. Gloving ASMR is also the gateway to gloving hypnosis. Since most people who are at raves are on hard drugs, they can become totally entranced. According to one man, it's not really hypnotism, and rather a frequency alignment due to movements, music, lights, and the viewer's mood at the time. That leads to a higher state of consciousness where one can truly see their imagination. Willy Wonka's factory.
Oh, yeah.
Sick.
In the tunnel.
Turn it off, Willie! Regardless of what you call it, there are glovers that devote a large part of their careers to only making hypnotism content. They've even come up with specific moves that claim can be used to hypnotize friends, and some offer classes where you can learn to glove and master these so-called hypnotic techniques. Nick, can you hypnotize somebody? Is that real?
Do it.
If you believe it. Your mom says she was hypnotized.
I don't even want to talk about my mom with this. My mom so fully believes that in hypnotism, it's insane. But I think it's just because she wants
it's
to.
power of
She wants
suggestion.
to be hypnotized. But even then, is she just doing what the guy
It's
says,
just the
or
power
is
of
she actually in
suggestion.
this like state? That's what I'm saying is, I feel like she just enjoys this idea so much that she's like,
Yeah.
I think it's just
move your- wiggle your nose.
suggestion. It's not really.
okay, that's good enough.
Hypnosis.
Or whatever. Yeah, blink your eyes. You know, like, are you just kind of following along because you're just like, I was under a spell, but really you were just following instructions? Usually almost everything, it's like when a guy's like on a morning show, almost always the people will come out afterwards and be like, yeah, he told me before the show to like just do what he says. Or you see like people like smiling or laughing because they're trying not to like, because it's silly,
Yeah.
Right.
Those who watch this content claim it truly works and praise it for helping them sleep. A viewer described his experience stating, quote, "It's like getting a head massage, and my eyes were watching a colorful animal performing a mating dance." Another
What?
claimed that they were so transfixed they thought their hands were a bioluminescent creature. See, all this sounds so horrifying.
It's a monster.
Stays online because it's much easier to connect and it's a lot safer. Glovers are few and far between in the real world and are more often attacked for their art form. One person claimed to have walked into a 7-Eleven and looked over at a hot dog roller only to see a random guy practicing finger rolls while watching the hot dogs cook, which are also coincidentally rolling. Huh?
Nice.
Maybe that's where you got the inspiration. Oh my god. How long was he standing there too before the guy came in? That's what I want to know.
Hours.
I've been here for 4.5 hours. As a Glover himself, he walked over to the hot dog roller and began to perform his own moves. Realizing what was happening,
This is
the other
not
guy started
real.
to bust out his own moves, right? So now they're gloving together in a 7-Eleven by hot dog stand.
Do you
It's
think they're
not
like,
real.
because you know how they have
If
aisles.
this does not lead to gay sex, I'm going to be very disappointed. Okay, if this does not lead to full-on gay sex in
I'll
the
show
back
you
of his
my
Toyota
glove.
Paseo, I'm going to be devastated. After their gloving battle ended, they taught each other some moves and then went their separate ways. Luckily, nobody was degloved.
Not real.
I'm telling you,
R slash
Oh.
that
the
happened.
full story is not told.
Someone was degloved that night.
I think someone was, or they were putting on an extra pair of gloves. If you're talking about, they put on some safety gloves. And then they had gay sex. Though it may seem silly, gloving means a lot to a lot of people, and many are very sentimental to the hobby. Many have claimed that gloving and its community have gotten them through rough times in their life. Others say it's just straight up saved their lives. So at the end of the day, I think it's a fucking awesome thing for a lot of people.
How far can I stretch?
There are tons of niche online communities waiting to be discovered. While it's fine to make jokes, it's also cool to see that even the more bizarre hobbies can become so important to such a large group of people. With the next generation of youth now aware of gloving, there's no telling how far it will go. Maybe it can even get the future EDM festivals to unban it, right?
It won't.
But if you're interested in gloving, I say give it an honest try. Whatever you do, avoid getting degloved at all
Yeah,
cost.
don't get degloved. Deglove someone else. That is the moral of the story. Don't get degloved. Instead, put an extra glove on your third hand. Yeah. I had no clue what to expect, and I guess it met my expectations. If you do gloving or know someone who does gloving, let me know down below, I guess. And until next time, bye bye.